Hey guys, so I wanted to make a video. I've actually been wanting to make this video for about a week now. I was scrolling through Facebook the other day and I came across an article about a plus size model on Instagram, and her pictures were getting a lot of heat from people bashing her basically because she's plus size and she's modeling lingerie and stuff like that. And they were just talking about how she identifies herself as a curvy woman. And people were basically telling her that she's not curvy, she's fat, because curvy means the ratio between your waist and your hips and not the fat on top of it. So I just really wanted to make a video about body shaming and body confidence because, I mean, let's face it, today, especially with social media, you see so much shaming of people for such, like, trivial things as somebody else's body size. So basically, I mean, I have been at both sides of the spectrum. I have been big, I have been small, you know, and having body confidence is not about obtaining a certain figure or anything like that. It is all about being confident in who you are and what you look like. So, like, for instance, I don't remember her name, and I feel really bad because now y'all can't check her out. I mean, she's gorgeous. She's very gorgeous. But, I mean, she's a bigger woman. But she is completely confident in who she is, and that's freaking awesome. As a society, you know, I guess we find self-confidence intimidating because so many of us are not self-confident. And, you know, for a long time, I was not confident in myself. I was very self-conscious growing up. I was kind of a chubby kid. You know, I didn't get picked on too much for it, but I was just always very self-conscious. And up until a very little while ago, I was very self-conscious. And I mean, I still have my days where I'm like, man, you know, I kind of feel down in the dumps, and that's okay because we all have our off days. We're humans, and it's gonna happen. But, you know, accepting yourself and loving yourself and being able to say, you know what, regardless of my size, like, I'm beautiful. And I guess part of that is realizing that it doesn't matter what other people think about you. And it doesn't matter how big or small somebody else is, because you are worth more than comparing yourself to somebody else, because we are not all the same. Everyone is different. We all have different body shapes, different body builds, you know, we're different sizes. There is only one of each of us. You know, there's no room to compare. And I feel like as women, especially as women, you know, men do this too, and I'm not saying that this is just a woman's problem, because that is not true at all. But I know as a woman myself that it is easy for us to compare ourselves. You know, society sets up pretty strict standards as far as what beautiful is on the outside. And it's very easy to feel like you fall short of that line. And, you know, for instance, when a woman sees another pretty woman, it's very easy to feel intimidated because she's beautiful. And, you know, you start comparing yourself to her and measuring where you stack up against her. And then you start feeling self-conscious. But what you have to realize is that you don't need to compare yourself to anybody. Just because that woman is beautiful does not negate the beauty that you have. And I mean, I don't know, it's hard to explain how to be body confident, because that's just something that you have to do by yourself. I mean, no one can do that for you. But all I can say is that if you find somebody or come across somebody who is body confident and who loves themselves for everything that they are and can accept who they are, that's awesome. Build that person up. Don't try and knock that person down because they love themselves. I mean, you know, and if you don't feel comfortable with what you have or who you are and you want to change that, I mean, that's fine too, you know? Don't hate on somebody just because they've gotten, you know, breast implants or whatnot. Like, that song, All About That Bass. Everyone's all like, oh, that song is so awesome, like, body confidence, yeah. But then she goes on to talk about skinny bitches, and she's not no stick figure silicone Barbie doll. And it's like, what about the chicks out there who have gotten breast augmentations? Are they supposed to feel like less of a woman because they've gotten plastic surgery? Or what about women who don't have very much curves and are very much just have a very, very like athletic-y body build and, you know, don't have as much curves? Are they supposed to feel like little stick figures? Or what about skinnier girls? Like, I'm a smaller girl, but I'm definitely not a skinny bitch. Like, why? Oh, just because you're small doesn't mean you have to hate on big people, and just because you're bigger doesn't mean you have to hate on little people. Or, not little people, but skinnier people. That, you know what that shows me? People are like, oh, that song is awesome, you know, accept yourself if you're bigger, if you're curvy. That shows me that she doesn't accept her size, because if she did, she would not sit there and call skinnier people skinny bitches and make derogatory comments to people who are smaller than her, because that is breaking somebody else down so that you can feel better about yourself, regardless of what size you are. You know, just because you're skinny does not mean you gotta eat a cheeseburger and put meat on your bones. Just because you're bigger doesn't mean that you have to, you know, go on a freaking diet and lose weight if you don't want to. I mean, if you are comfortable with who you are, be comfortable. Do not knock other people down. Build other people up. You know? I mean, and I'm not here to argue what is healthy and what is not healthy. That is not part of my rant at all. This is all about body confidence and being happy with who you are. You know, there's certain things about ourselves that we can't change, but there are certain things that we can, you know, and one of them is our attitude. Be happy, be uplifting. If you are the kind of person who brings other people down, you are gonna get brought down with them. It's like, you don't knock people down so you can climb on top of them to get to the top. Like, that's not how you do things. You may think, like, you may feel better in the moment, sitting there talking shit, trolling on somebody else's pictures or something like that, talking about how, you know, they look anorexic, or, you know, they need to go on a diet or whatever. But that is not character building. If you are the kind of person where you can see somebody else being confident and you're like, hell yeah, do you, you know, be beautiful, that's awesome. That makes you a better person and a bigger person on the inside. Beauty is one of those things that if you are a beautiful person inside, you are a beautiful person on the outside. That shows. If you are a nasty, mean person, it does not matter what size you are, what you look like. You're a mean, nasty person, you know? I mean, but own it, I guess. I mean, if you want to be a mean, nasty person, go ahead. Like, I don't know. I mean, just, it's so easy, especially with social media, because you don't have to say these things to people's faces. And people don't realize how much this kind of stuff hurts. You know, I don't know. It's just, it's difficult to talk about, because, I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on forever. But my point of this video is be confident. Be happy with who you are. Love yourself, because you're beautiful. We are all beautiful. We are all individual. And, I mean, you know, I guess that's it. I mean, I can't say much else. Yeah. So, keep on rocking it and stay awesome. Bye, guys.